Novak, how are you? Because you fell over in the third set, you were wincing and stretching a bit. How are you, and do you think you'll be ready for the rest of the tournament?
First of all, thanks for staying in late or early for this press conference. I had to do, post-match all the part of my recovery program because I didn't feel so great, in the last 20 minutes of the match or so. So we'll see tomorrow how the body reacts, but I'm confident I can recover and I can be ready for next one.
What was the injury?
No, it was not the fall. It was not particularly the fall. It was just a little bit of fatigue, a little bit of back, but nothing major. But there are a couple of things that have surfaced, so to say, after the match like this. But as I said, I'll see how it goes tomorrow.
Do you think cheering of spectators encouraged you to show the best possible performance until the end of this marathon match?
Well, the support of the crowd was was great for both me and him, and I want to thank the crowd for staying in very late. We played almost till 1 in the morning, and I do have lots of support, lots of people from Serbian community that come out just to back me up, and it's really nice to see actually that people stay, and it was quite a lot of people still till the end of the match, even though it was that late. People love tennis, and of course, we try to perform our best in front of them, for them, and for ourselves as well.
Two quick ones, if you don't mind. You and Medvedev seemed to share quite a long joke at the net at the end, and he was whispering in your ear. Was that something suitable you're allowed to share in here? And then Roger last night went out to Stefanos. I was wondering if you'd watched that match and kind of how you feel about one of your great rivals going out. Does that kind of make you happy that you're going to, you don't have to face him, or are you kind of sad that he's not going deep because you love those matches?
Well, we have lots of respect for each other with Medvedev. We've practiced a lot of times together in the past several years because he also resides in Monaco, and I get to see him a lot. And so he asked me whether he made me sweat at all, tonight. I just laughed because, I think the answer is obvious. I mean, Roger and Stefanos played a great match. I watched some part of it, and the quality of tennis was fantastic, I thought, and it was really great match to see, and for them, obviously, to play as well. Stefanos showed great maturity and ability to cope with pressure, in those moments when, obviously, it's Roger and crowd and support and everything that is happening, and considering everything that he was going against, Tsitsipas did phenomenally well. So, for someone that is 20 years old, it's definitely very impressive. So, I wish him all the best the rest of the tournament. I mean, Roger also played well, but it was a very close match. I mean, 1 or 2 points here and there have decided.
Novak. Next opponent is Kei Nishikori. So you have good record against Kei. So is this advantage for you? So what do you think about next match?
Well, Kei won another marathon match, and congratulations to him for fighting back from 2 sets to love down and break down. He's a fighter. He's a very talented player, one of the quickest players on the tour. Hard worker, and I have lots of respect for him. We did play here several times. We actually played in quarterfinals, I think, 1 year. But every year is different. So every match that you play against each other is different. So I expect him, obviously, to come out to try something new. I've beaten him, many times that we played against each other in the last couple of years, and that we played on different surfaces, but it was a couple of very close matches. So, I expect a tough one.
Novak, it was a very demanding, match from the first point to the end.
Yes.
And you seem to be having trouble to kind of find the openings because you was being really successful in defending. So what was your mindset and how did you find a way, to break through?
Well, it was, as you said, hard to go through him. So it was a kind of a cat and a mouse game, for most of the match. That's why it was so lengthy. We had rallies of 40, 45 exchanges, and that's why I think it was physically exhausting because of the fact that we didn't really allow each other to think that we can make more, a lot of unforced errors and give away points. His backhand is very, very solid. He didn't give me much from that side, but you can't always play on the forehand. You kind of have to open up the court and try to be patient and construct the point. Sometimes it's easier said than done. It just depends on how you feel. Sometimes you're a bit more hesitant because you're tighter. But I thought I played a good match. I was set in a break-up, something similar like against Shapovalov. Unfortunately, I again lost my serve and got him back to the match, and tie break was not that great for me. And after that, first 4 games of the third set were crucial. And that's where I felt like he dropped physically a bit, and that's where I went on top of him, to win the third set. In the fourth, he started playing well again, and even though it was 3-1, I mean it seemed like a five-set match really. I mean it was draining physically a lot because you just could not rely on a 1-2 punch tactics. In today's match so often.
Novak, on the broadcast and on social media coverage of this tournament, there's a lot of use of the many cameras they have in the tunnels around Rod Laver Arena and around the tournament. I'm curious how conscious you are of those cameras when you're doing your daily stuff around those areas, and if you're always comfortable with them or forget they're there, or how they affect you.
It depends, I mean, I'm aware that when you get on site that you have cameras all over the corridor, and that connects the transport area with locker rooms and gym. That's where we commute the most. So yeah, I know. I mean, look, the only thing that I don't like is that there's no connection between the ice baths recovery center and the locker room. So I've seen a lot of players, including Fabio Fognini, who is our favorite male model, in his bathrobe, going back and forwards, and also it's, I mean, for us, I guess for women is even worse, because they have to go out and they're in the towel because they just went out from the bath and they didn't carry their bag to change their clothes, so they have to go back, and there's a camera and corridors and people, and so that's the only thing that I mind a little bit, But other than that, we live in Big Brother society, so I guess you just have to accept it.
Can I ask you about the super tie breaks that are in use here, the first to 10 points? Do you think it's a problem at all that the 4 Grand Slams have all got different ways of ending final sets? And which of those 4 systems do you like best?
Well, I actually thought it was a good change. It was good innovation to say you play a super tie break. I don't mind it personally. I'm more in favor of closing out the match in a tie break or super tie break rather than going for 11 hours like Isner and Mahou. But those type of matches are part of the history, and I understand that, those are the matches that you remember, but I think statistically, percentage-wise, if you see, I mean, there's just a lot of matches that people don't recall, that go for distance, and then actually the players who are part of those matches get hurt for the next round, like Isner did actually against Mahut in Wimbledon. You know, he retired his next match or he couldn't move. So that's the only part. You know, I think the super tiebreak is fine. And in regards to all the 4 slams having 4 different rules, you know, it's not something we used to see because they're very united in every sort of say innovation or change. But I don't see it in any negative context, you know, towards their unity or players. You know, it's actually interesting that 4 of them have a different rule.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.